Thank you for joining me for the Japanese gift wrapping workshop. My name is Eva Nagase. I teach Japanese language and culture here at Stony Brook University at Asian American Studies. Today, I will share 3 different ways to wrap a gift. One is the most formal way to wrap a gift. It is called Awasi Zutumi. Some people call this style caramel wrap style. The second one is the most famous Japanese department store style wrapping. The formal name is Naname Zutumi, which means angled wrapping. The last one is Omamori Zutumi. Omamori translates to an amulet. Every shrine and at every temple you go to in Japan, you will be able to receive this amulet. Before I start, let me talk a little bit about how wrapping things are an intricate part of Japanese culture, physically and in philosophically. Some scholars call Japan as the wrapping culture society. First of all, their language demonstrates this nature. The Japanese language has many levels of speech. When you are speaking with someone older or who holds higher status, you should show respect, right? So you would use the highest level of honorific to speak with them. As you get to know each other and in getting closer, you would start peel off this honorific a little by little. As far as material aspect goes, you can find the oldest evidence of wrapping items in a collection of shoso in Treasure House, which was built in 759 Common Era by Empress Komyo to commemorate and in honor her beloved husband, Empress Shomu, by keeping his belongings intact. One of the artifacts, which is called tsutsumi, is a piece of cloth. Tsutsumi, a nominalized form of tsutsumu, which means to wrap in Japanese, indicate that this beautiful cloth was used to wrap things which developed into furoshiki, a wrapping cloth, which I will share more about at other times. However, this idea of wrapping, you can find it everywhere with every walks of life in Japan. Various methods of wrappings was used to transport things, care for people, store things, etc. But one of the most important functions was to convey their thoughts. If you have purchased some Japanese sweets from a fancy store, you know you have to peel off many layers of lovely wrappings to get to the inside. This demonstrates the gift giver's thoughts towards the receiver. In addition, the merchant's pride and care for the customer. Of course, when you wrap a gift yourself, same principle goes into wrapping. Okay, now let's start wrapping, shall we? First, I will show you the most popular way Japanese department store wrapping, Naname Zutumi, or rolling wrapping method. This style looks really neat and formal. However, originally, department store clerk used this method to speed up wrapping because this style you don't really need to measure the size of the paper. You can just eyeball the size and then wrap. So that's it. Compared to the formal wrapping, you will use a little more paper though. But you only need 1 piece of tape. For this style, what you need are piece of paper, tape, and a ruler. And of course, something that you are going to wrap. In theory, you can wrap any type of item with this method. However, I would highly recommend to start with a box or book. You need to place the paper, one of the corners pointing at you. Then, place an item on the paper. This is our eyeballing stage. Pick up the corner of the paper pointing at you. Here, I will put a sticker on it. and check whether you can make a triangle on the left side of the item. The peak of the triangle needs to be around 1/4 to 1/3 inch from the left edge of the item. Please try not to make a crease at this point. We are still making sure the paper is the right size. Then, bring the far corner of the paper towards you. If it is completely covered and then have enough paper left at the edge, you are ready to go. From here, you have to work together with the paper. Bring back the corner that has the sticker on it to the position you decided before. Then, with your index finger, gently push the left corner of the box. This push will lift up left side of the paper. Slide your left hand over to the left side of the paper. Gently pull up the paper. Try to match the folding against the edge of the box. And then fold the paper over to the right. When I do that, I usually use my index finger and middle finger to pull up the paper. You can also push the box into the left corner so that the corner is tight and neat. While holding a triangle, you need to push the paper where the left upper corner of the box is. By doing so, you are basically guiding the paper to follow the line of the box. Now, you need to slowly start rolling the box away from you. Key point here is adjusting the paper at the far left top. Try the left edge of the box is matching the folding edge of the paper. Now you are almost there. This time, we're going to push in the paper to the right corner. If you do so, the paper will stand up. Then fold the paper over the box. Again, what's important is the edge of the paper is matching the corner of the box. Finally, push the upper right corner of the box with the paper. Roll up the box away from you. There, you wrap the box. However, there are some edges are sticking out, so we have to do the final touch. The side with no folding line is basically the top of the box. That means on the back side, you can see the end of the paper. Please take out the ruler. Hold it down on top of the box from the upper left corner to the lower right corner. You can make a nice crease by folding the paper up. Once you have a nice crease, unfold the right side and the top. Fold in the paper along the crease, then folding back. There you have really clean look, so you can tape this intersecting point. You're done. Now, let's move on to Awasi Zutumi or caramel wrap. When the Western confectionery caramel was introduced and marketed by Morinaga Seika during Meiji era in Japan, it was a very special treat. Therefore, each one of them were cut and then wrapped in a very formal way individually and boxed. Isn't it a cute story? So anyway, for this style, you have to start with carefully measuring the size of the paper. For this wrapping, you need paper, scissors, and double-sided tape for Awasi Zutumi. First, cover over the top of the box. Make sure that the edge of the paper is sitting right on the edge of the box. The other side of the paper should come up to the edge plus at least twice the width of the double-sided tape. Okay? The width of the paper is set. Next, we have to check the height of the paper. Bring the edge of the paper towards you to the middle of the box so that it is good on one side. You need a full length on the other side. Once you determine the spot, you can fold it and cut. Now you're ready to wrap. First, place the box on the center of the paper, top side down. Next, we're going to fold the right side of the paper about half an inch or 3/4 of an inch and bring it into the center of the box. That is where the right side of the paper is going to be. Bring back the right side and then place the double-sided tape on top of the folded piece of the paper on the right. Without moving the box, bring the left side of the paper and then cover the box, then bring back the right side and cover it over. By doing so, now you have very nice folded edge on the center. However, I just remind you that this is the bottom of the box. The recipient of the gift will not see it until he or she is about to open the gift. Position the box in the center. Please make sure the flaps on the front and back are approximately the same length. Bring the top flap down. Slide your finger along the left and the right edge of the box to create a nice angled down line towards the bottom. Once you are done with the top flap and the side, you are going to fold up the bottom flap. Do you see the bottom flap and an angled line intersecting points? To make this area nice and clean, you can fold this small amount of paper in and then put double-sided tape right along the edge. Then fold the bottom flap up and then press against the box to secure the tape. You will do exactly the same process on the other side as well. Fold down the flap, slide your finger down the box. Fold in the wings your finger created, then fold up the bottom flap. Make it tidy. And then put double-sided tape right along the edge. Then fold the bottom flap up and then press against the box to secure the tape. Then flip the whole thing over. You are done. The last wrapping I am going to show you is really simple, yet I think really cute. It is called Omamori Zutumi. As I mentioned it to you in the beginning, omamori is a Japanese amulet. If you like to share some small things such as a little sachet or a new flavor of tea bag that you discovered, this wrapping will be a perfect option. All you need is A4 size paper and a piece of string or a ribbon, maybe a hole puncher as well. First, you need to mark the center of the paper on the top and the bottom. Please do not make a crease line in the middle. Now you're going to fold the right side of the paper, aligning the marks in the middle. Then the same thing on the left. Basically, the right edge of the paper and the left are meeting in the middle. Next, you will fold down the top corners meeting at the center. You are making a triangle top. Then, the bottom corners of the paper needs to be folded up the same way with the top. Then you're going to fold the long piece of paper in half, matching the top triangle and the bottom triangle together. See, you created two nice pockets in front and back. You open the pockets and then insert whatever you would like to share with your friend and put them back together. If you have a hole puncher, that's great. You can punch 2 holes around the center of the triangle top area. If you don't have a hole puncher, you can use scissors. Put through a piece of string or ribbon. Voila! You're done. You can add final touch to the packet by writing a little message, or you can even be creative like this. That's all for today. Thank you so much for joining me.